What's going on, my wonderful Retro Squad? This is your boy Retro Quin, and today we got a review and on feet of the one and only Air Jordan 1 Better with Time. Man, if only y'all knew how excited I was to have these sneakers in my hand, man. And I think this might be like, I don't know, like the most cherished shoe, or like just the most meaningful shoe in my collection now because of the story behind it. But I do have the box here. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the box real quick, and then we'll get into the sneaker. But I know my lighting has the box blown out and stuff, so I will have a little bit of B-roll going so that y'all can actually see like the characteristics within the box. But really just the overall story and like just the detailing behind the like everything with the sneakers and the box and stuff. Nigel wanted to kind of represent something that, you know, just kind of talked about aging over time, getting better over time, perfecting your craft, like, you know, just going through that process of getting worn down and beat down and stuff just to come out better on the other side. But as you can see with the box, instead of having the original Nike logo across the front, they swapped out the N with the B and gave us bike, because as we know, Nigel is a, you know, real famous BMX bike rider and very great at it too. I did go back and get a chance to look at, you know, some of his bike riding skills, highlights and stuff like that. So just wanted to kind of detail that, and you can see like just like right here along the edges and stuff, and like I said, you can see that in the B-roll, but all around the edges you can see the box is just kind of worn out, discoloration, and it just, like I say, it just kind of signifies the box being thrown around, tossed around, maybe sat in the back of the closet, things sitting on top of it, just kind of beating it up. But at the end of the day, it gets better with time. And you can see that same bike branding over on the side. You can see the original Nike branding on that side, and then bike again on that side. So that's really it with the box itself. And then you can see on the inside top of the box as well. I really love this because Nigel actually hand drawn this bike right here, and what they done was took the drawing that Nigel done and kind of, you know, laser printed it on all of the shoe boxes. So that's a cool touch right there as well. But I do have the sneakers right here in hand. I already have them laced up and stuff. I got the red laces in one and the cream color laces in the other. But I will be showing y'all both of the sneakers just so that y'all can see a couple of the differences. But for right now, we'll just have this one sneaker right here. But I do want to read y'all a message real quick that Nigel did kind of highlight, and I'll have it up on the screen so that y'all can read along as well. But it says, some things don't fade, they deepen. Time doesn't wear them down. Instead, it weaves them into something more meaningful. What we cherish grows with every season. Their marks aren't flaws, but proof of life, love, and growth. Adding character and soul, there's something sacred about what lasts and gets better with time. And I really just thought that was an amazing message, and it made me fall in love with the sneakers even more because I understand, you know, the story behind the sneakers, in which, you know, everything that goes into the sneaker. Like he wanted to kind of, you know, tie it into like the BMX bike riding world, in which, you know, the shoes get, like, you take a brand new sneaker out of the box and beat it up in a matter of, you know, two to 5 minutes, honestly, like, you know, practicing your skills, perfecting your craft, and just, you know, getting better with time. But you can really take that same concept in your life. Like, no matter what you're doing, you know, you constantly beating yourself down, you know, that 10,000 hours that they say, putting in that time, that labor, grinding, busting your butt, wearing yourself down. But at the end, when you come out better, you know, you can go back and look at that journey. And that's what I love about this sneaker. Like, it signifies the journey that you go through to get to that other side. But you know that I got so much more I can say about that, but I don't want the video to be extremely long. But I do have the sneaker right here in hand, already laced up. I'll let y'all get a quick round view so that y'all can see everything in it. And I might have some more B-roll and stuff too, so that y'all can see it as I talk about the sneaker. But we'll go ahead and just start straight with the very bottom of the sneaker though. But y'all can see we have the original Nike Air branding on the bottom, red bottom on the very bottom of it, and you can see the Nike branding there as well. But the other thing that kind of stood out with it was how you could see like skid marks or just white chalk on the bottom of the sneaker. And I feel like that kind of signifies like when you're riding your bike and you just kind of, like me being a kid, growing up, I remember riding bikes and just kind of using my feet to slow down the bike, or if I'm just kind of chilling on the corner or something, or in the yard just kind of talking with my friends and stuff, we might instead of use our kickstand, we'll just have our foot on the ground just to kind of hold ourselves up. So I thought that was pretty cool, and really just kind of felt nostalgic. But that's it for the bottom. And then when you go up to the upper of the sneaker, right here on the midsole, you have like a aged like cream colored real faint cream color, just giving us that age and discoloration, and just showing us how the sneaker gets discolored over time from the wear and tear that you're putting on it. But that's it for the midsole. And then we're gonna go a little further on the upper of the sneaker, and this where everything get interesting at, in my opinion. But to start with, the material, A1, man. Like Nike done an amazing job with the material. Like it's real soft, real buttery, and it also feels kind of thick to the touch, so to speak, too. Like when I first put them on, I noticed also how lightweight they were. And I'm guessing Nigel wanted to design something that was real lightweight for when you're riding your bike. And I would even just say like skateboarding and stuff too. I don't know that, in which I don't know anything about skateboarding and stuff when it comes to like the weight balance and gravity, all of that type of stuff. But I would imagine you would want something a little lighter so that you could land everything and just kind of feel the board, feel the bike a little bit better. But I did notice when I put these on, it's almost like I don't want to say like feel the ground better, but it something felt different about them. But they wasn't uncomfortable though. They were very comfortable. And then, like I said, I could definitely tell that the material was a lot thicker on the sneaker, but it feels very, very soft and very smooth to the touch. But just wanted to kind of detail that. But we do have that black coloring all the way over the sneaker, and then you can see that patented Nike Air, the real small Nike Air swoosh. It's more so of a dark cream color as well, just kind of showing like the dirt that gets on the shoes, from your bike riding and stuff like that. And then you can see like a small scuff right here on the toe box of the shoe, and you can see like just kind of like some yellow like paint marks as well. And then same thing, just kind of going around to the back of the sneaker, you can see like it's scuffed right here as well. So I just thought that all of that was just amazing touches, and it just adds to that overall story of the sneaker. And they did give us 3 sets of laces, in which, like I said, I went with the red laces in one and the cream laces in the other, and the other set of laces was all black. Now in my opinion, I probably won't ever use the all black laces. I honestly prefer the red because I feel like it makes the shoe pop a lot more, but I do like the cream color laces as well. And then right here on the top of the tongue, you can see they have that same branding that I showed y'all on the box with Bike Air on it. And on the inside of the sneaker, on the insole, this one actually has Nigel Sylvester name with the cream on the inside. And I can go ahead and show y'all the other sneaker as well. But on the inside of this one, it has Bike Air, in which that was on the box as well. But I feel like that was a great touch also. And then right here on the inside of the sneaker, you can see Jordan Biking Company, established in 2017. And Nigel actually said 2017 is the year that he actually started designing this sneaker. So I feel like that was a real cool touch as well, man. Just kind of, in my opinion, I felt like, adding this, it signifies the journey, like, just starting in 2017 and finally getting this finished product in 2025. And it just kind of, like I said, it symbolizes the journey and gives us that completion. Like it's finally done now, and it turned out amazing. But I love that. And then the other thing that I loved as well was the Nike check. As you can see, like on the outside of the sneaker and the inside of the sneaker, both of them have that discolored look as well, that cream colored look. But what you will notice is the Nike check on the inside is more so like that original Nike check. But if you look on the outside, that Nike check is actually removed. And what Nigel was saying with that was he wanted to remove the Nike check, and then he tried to redraw it with his hand. Kind of going back to what I was saying with the bite that he hand drawn on the top of the sneaker box, but he actually went back and hand drawn this, and then you could see that they still have the stitching where the Nike check would have originally been stitched on that. So that's a nice touch there. And then on the back of the sneaker where the Wings logo is, we have that exact same thing where they removed the Wings logo, and instead of kind of lasering it back on, they have like the hand drawn marks from where he drew that on as well. So that's an amazing touch there. And that's really it when it comes to the sneaker. Like I said, it's a lot more I could say about it, but I don't want to be extremely long-winded. But I really hope that y'all enjoyed it. Y'all let me know if y'all got a chance to get y'all hands on them, or if y'all decided to pass on them, because I really feel like these was a little bit harder to get than what I thought it would be. But I did get a chance to get them, of course, and I'm glad that I got a chance to get them in the collection. But the original retail one for them is $165, but when I checked the gold out, I was seeing prices that was like maybe like $210. I want to say I seen upwards of $230 or $250, but like I said, in my opinion, for a sneaker like this with the great storytelling and the great message behind it, I feel like if you can get this, for that, 250, or I'll say that 220 to 250 range, I say go ahead and pull the trigger on it, because it's just an amazing story, and they feel amazing, they look amazing, and everything about this shoe is crafted, just amazing. So if you can get it, especially for under 300 too, like with something like this, and you really, really want it, definitely go ahead and get it. I don't necessarily think the prices would shoot over 300, but in these days, man, like you really just never know, man. So I say if you do want this sneaker, go ahead and grab it, just in case the prices go up later. But I don't know, man. Like it's an amazing sneaker, and I'm really glad that I got this one in the collection. This will definitely be one that I'll be keeping forever. And the fact that it's already kind of worn and beat down and stuff, I don't have to worry about kind of watching how I wear this sneaker and how many times I wear it. Like I could really lean in, and this could be a go-to sneaker in my collection that I just kind of put on and just going about my business. But y'all let me know down below in the comment section how y'all feel about them. Like I said, let me know if you got the W on them, or if you decided to pass on them, because we do got shattered backboards just came out, a lot of other sneakers getting ready to come out and stuff too. So like I always say, I can understand when a sneaker like this gets passed on, because it's so much other stuff coming out. But definitely a guaranteed shoe that I had to have in the collection, and I'm glad that I got it. But that's gonna do it for the video. Y'all make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Stay positive and stay smiling. And without further ado, this is your boy Retro Quin. I'm out.